Hello, my name is Brian Krumholz, and today I'm going to talk to you about career opportunities in healthcare analytics. I've been working in the field of healthcare analytics for the past 15 years in roles with both software vendors and medical centers. I'm currently the clinical system claims team lead for UCSF Medical Center. One of the main questions I get from families and friends is, what actually does a healthcare analyst do? Uh, at the core, our job is to sort through the staggering amount of data that hospitals generate and try to find the opportunities and insights that the organization needs to be more efficient and to succeed in their mission. There's a couple different ways that are a couple different roles that a healthcare analyst may fill. They may be one of the key people to create the reporting used for executive decision making. They might work with medical researchers to help identify potential candidates for new research studies. Uh, if they're involved with health informatics, they may help implement, maintain, and optimize the medical record systems. Or finally, you may end up working in the revenue cycle, uh, where the key is to really make sure the money keeps on flowing so that the hospitals can continue serving their community. As a as an analyst, some of the kind of the key problem areas you may face are helping to identify what are the best practices for clinicians and helping to roll out those workflows across the organization. Identifying cost saving areas and automation of workflows. A lot of people don't realize that a single office visit can actually require the coordination of a dozen different people at the hospital, from the front desk registrars to the doctors and nurses, medical coders, the pharmacists, and the billers. Each of them are generating data and required to do data entry. Being able to reduce the manual amount of work required at each of these steps is a significant cost savings for hospitals. There's always new software being released, and organizations constantly need people who are able to help roll out the software. Additionally, uh, the smaller community practices are now partnering up with the major hospitals in their areas, and so people have to kind of extend out the electronic medical records from these hospitals to the clinics in the community. And finally, with COVID, there's now been a absolutely massive expansion of telehealth and online interactions that need to be developed and optimized. There are three main ways to kind of get into the health analyst world. The first is as a working with a software vendor, or you can become a consultant or independent contractor, or finally, you could be an employee of a medical system. As a software vendor, the probably the most exciting thing about it is that you can help actually shape the products that are used by hospitals across the country. After a few years, there tend to be a lot of opportunities. The skills that you learn there are in high demand. The work is particularly stable, especially if you work with a larger vendor. On the downside, a lot of software companies tend to be a flat organization, which means that there aren't a ton of leadership and management roles. So there's always strong competition for promotions. If you work as a consultant or independent contractor, some advantages are it almost always pays very well. Uh, and oddly enough, consultants have their opinions tend to be better respected than the opinions of employees of the software vendors or even the medical systems. Uh, you you will find though that in order to get these positions as a consultant, you almost always need some either specialized knowledge or experience before you're able to move into one of those positions. Additionally, there's not a lot of stability around these things. Contracts can end at the drop of a hat, and they oftentimes these kind of jobs require a lot of travel. So you may, if you're looking for a stable job, these are not always the best option. Finally, being an employee of a medical system tends to offer stability. And since there are hospitals and clinics all across the country, there's always opportunities for work. With the growth of remote work, there's actually now some new opportunities of being able to be employed by hospitals who are not actually local to you. Uh, Additionally, working with the medical system, the problems you encounter don't tend to fit neatly into just a single area, which means you have a lot of opportunity to expand your skills, learn about new areas. So you may gain experience working with both clinical research people, rev cycle all at once, which helps provide you with a very strong resume and help you with career growth. Uh, some of the main skills that will make you successful as a, healthcare analyst are being inquisitive, always kind of asking the questions like why did that happen? Is there a different way I could have done things? You need to be able to quickly sort through complex data, enjoy problem solving. You also need to be a strong communicator, being able to communicate a lot of technical concepts to people who aren't experts, who haven't spent the time learning about the software and statistics that you need to be successful. Um, for if you're trying to tailor a resume, some of the key things that employers look for are: do you have any experience with SQL or reporting related software like Power BI or Tableau? If you have a certification in some of the healthcare software, such as the stuff provided by Epic or CERN, those are worth their weight in gold. And one of the new areas now that kind of the frontier is machine learning. A lot of hospitals are now trying to figure out whether they can automate workflows by allowing the computer systems to actually make decisions without having direct human supervision. So this is an area where hospitals are really looking at the opportunities and trying to figure out what are the limitations uh, of these new techniques. I think that healthcare analytics is a growing field and it has a lot of opportunities. And I want to thank you for watching this video.